Hey everyone, it's James Kazao, aka Teddy, or it's Teddy, aka James Kazao on MTGO. And I'm still playing around with these new Modern Horizons 3 cards, and I gotta tell you, my record has been pretty good with this deck. I'm not saying Psychic Frog is like the de facto Grixis Control card at this point, but it's a very strong engine unto itself. In the last video, there were a lot of great showcases for how it dominates combat steps, and it's true. Just having dead draws like flooding, go tall, deal damage to a creature, or I mean a player or planeswalker, draw more cards. It's just everything you want a creature to do. Additionally, the frog mirrors get really weird, especially if you're up against like a reanimate deck, because this exile 3 cards from your graveyard ability is very nice against opposing reanimates, or if anyone tries to mess with your graveyard. Previously, if I wanted to counter something going after my yard in the paying cost phase, I'd have to use Cling to Dust, which costs 4 mana. Very expensive. Frog being able to do that for free as long as you have multiples of 3 in your graveyard, it's pretty busted. I love the card. Um, yeah, so we're gonna stick with it. Baleful Strix back in the fold after being absent from the last video, I think for the first time on the channel. As I've played more of this format, there's just still not a single card that does what Baleful Strix does and is better at it, so we're going to stick with that card. Welcome back, Baleful Strix. Still sticking with one Tameo. I had some feedback last time. Why am I only on one? It kind of goes along with Psychic Frog in that usually Grixis Control is a deck that can largely ignore opposing Swords to Plowshares, removal spells, since all of our creatures, or most of our creatures, are getting value as soon as they resolve, like Orcish Bowmaster, Snapcaster Mage, Baleful Strix. Opposition Agent, not so much, but and then Nimble Obstructionist and Brazen Bar, where they obviously do other things aside from being flash beaters. So I think if I had more Tamios, I think I'd be extending a little too far into giving credit to those removal spells, and I think we get a lot of our invisible percentage points by blanking a lot of that value. So I'm gonna stick with one. Undoubtedly busted card, super powerful. I uploaded a video to my Patreon recently where I was able to ult Tameo against a Beanstalk deck, and then I just like bolted and like returned my hand and bolted again. It was an Uro deck, so they'd already gained life, but we still just like completely overwhelmed them on card advantage. It was great. Um, yeah, Jace, busted card. You all know that. Sink into Stupor has been very versatile as well. I never mind a bounce effect. I love Petty Theft. There's just a lot of powerful tokens in the format, whether it's a Orc Army token that's been supercharged by Echo of Aeons, or ever heard of Merit Lage? There's just a lot of stuff that you get a lot of good tempo from, and the fact that it can also be an untapped mana source, it's great. It's also the rare blue source that beats out Choke in Legacy. There's not a lot of blue lands that are in the format that do that. I've never played cards like Sunken Ruins or stuff like that, so that's cool. Being able to beat out Choke and have blue mana. Speaking of which, so does Waterlogged Teachings, and it has been very useful as a blue-black land that comes in tapped if you just need to make your land drop. The flexibility is nice, but I really love the first side. It's incredibly castable at 3 and a blue or a black, just like the most castable card this deck has ever seen, aside from being 4 mana. That part is kind of steep, but if you think about it, in all of our times of crisis, when you just need that one out, usually all those cards are cards that are either instants or have flash, like Bowmasters to beat out an opposing Bowmasters you're being choked on, or frickin' Nimble Obstructionist. Hello? Your opponent has to ferry. They're going to set up their Doomsday pile. Only one card can save you there, and it's Nimble Obstructionist. Kolaghan's Command for the insane 2-for-1 blowout. Lightning Bolt to get that last few points of damage across. Cling to Dust to get rid of Uro and then start accruing value in the long term. Surgical Extraction. Opposition Agent is another silver bullet that sometimes no other card will do. Pyroblast. The only one that really doesn't hit here is Meltdown, because Meltdown is kind of like a perennial, if I can draw this, I stabilize and win, and that's a sorcery. But for the most part, Waterlogged Teachings is an incredibly versatile card, and I love it. Welcome to the deck. You're never going anywhere, I don't think. And then the sideboard is actually pretty much exactly as it was before Modern Horizons 3, except for Vexing Bauble. I'm still trying this card out. I'm not convinced about it, but I think it does leverage the playing, or like level the playing field for some of our tougher matchups, like Beanstalk. they'll be able to, or the way they like stay ahead after their beanstalking is by pitch casting free spells that are like 5 CMC or more. Vexing Bauble can help level that playing field, and then Grief and stuff like that. Ironically, not very good against a lot of the combo decks, because a lot of combo decks are paying mana for their spells, and if they're doing it with like Spirit Guides and stuff like that, yeah, it's not like a Lavinia effect. So be aware of that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Cards that did not make the cut, consigned to memory. It could come back, but I've felt like the Eldrazi decks are kind of dropping off. They were really popular last week, but I don't know if they've been really keeping up. And just having a stifle effect, or I mean, it was pretty cool to like get around opposing counter magic, being able to replicate like if there's something you need to counter and then they also can counter back. Being able to replicate is just a headache for the opponent. It's kind of cool. Power balance did not make it. Actually, I don't think that ever made it into a video. Invert polarity did not make it, even though I did have a pretty sweet game against Goblin Lackey Eli where he had cast a Muxus through Cavernous Souls, and then I won the flip on invert polarity and ran away with the game. I think that's about it. Yeah, I know we're all excited to see more Psychic Frog in a control context, so yeah, let's get in there. All right, we've won the die roll. Pretty good. And our hand is maybe not super exciting, but very stable. Got some modality in the spells, and we also have some bombs like Jason Narset. But you never really know what you're going to go up against right now. Could be anything. People are trying a lot of things. Vault of Whispers, Lotus Petal. Seems like it might be Black Saga Storm. Dark Ritual. Or maybe Necrodominance. Cabal Ritual. It is Necrodominance. We probably need to spin and look for Force of Will right now. No luck. Well, we're probably dead. Another thing that could have been acceptable is just holding up Lightning Bolt, and when they pay 19 and draw their entire deck, you can just bolt them, but that's not the most reliable, because they also have like Born Upon a Wind and stuff like that, and can go off in response. If I had to guess, I don't think this deck is super long for the format, because it's so fast and invalidates many strategies in the format. And its fail rate is not that low either. They have a lot of virtual copies of Necrodominance they can play on turn 1, thanks to Beseech the Mirror and stuff like that. So I guess the moment to bolt would be when they put Born Upon a Wind on the stack. Okay, we're dead. All right. Vexing Bauble is kind of good against the deck, but honestly not that great because they are paying mana for their spells. Flusterstorm, Thoughtseize is great. Opposition Agent, if you make it to turn 3, like one way or another, someone's usually dead by turn 3, but I'll have it anyways because I probably don't have enough stuff to take out. Oh, having a lot of blue cards is good. So yeah, we can get Edict out. Cling to Dust is not very relevant. I guess we just roll like that, right? Every blue card, relevant black card, Bowmasters, because Bowmasters. We could trade 1 for Surgical, I guess. Or let's go like this instead. Yeah. Hand looks good. It's not unusual for this deck to dive pretty hard on a mulligan. And if they have Chancellor of the Annex, then more probably not in great shape. But they don't have Chancellor, so what can we hope to disrupt here? Huh. Okay. I think we take Necrodominance, right? Pretty clearly. Or do we take Dark Ritual? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been in this position against the deck before. So I'm not very well versed. I'm pretty sure I take Necro, though. I think it's more likely they'll find more mana and then a payoff. Or they're more likely to hit a payoff than a, or they're more likely to hit mana than a payoff. Yeah, they have to pass here. Okay. Can we follow this up with more interaction? Lightning Bolt. Pact and Negation makes Lightning Bolt not great. I should have played Waterlogged Teaching so I could have Opposition Agent next turn. That's what I should have done. Play Psychic Frog. If we can dodge for one more turn, like, every point of damage we deal is pretty relevant. So if I don't hit a land, hit Force of Will. Okay, yeah, so I think I bolt, play this tapped. I should have attacked first. Getting a little sloppy here. I'll hold off on the bolt too, because if they only have one Pact and Negation, I could force something and then they pact and then I bolt. I don't know. Bowmasters. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. Still not lights out though, because then, you know. But yeah, maybe they just can't draw enough cards at that point. Narset's a bit more of a hammer. Okay. I think we just send it back. Like, this is what you kind of just have to hope for. Way more vulnerable on the draw. Force and Negation will become a consideration if this deck becomes very present. So I don't have a Force. Everything else looks pretty good, but I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, mulligan again. There we go. Keep, send probably, what? Land, or no, surgical and, yeah, land. So the good news is that if they're on 4, they probably can't have Chancellor and Mana Necro, although it's not impossible. Okay, they're gonna powder. Dude, okay, one Chancellor gone is kind of nice, actually. They're down to 3. So now it will be really difficult for them to have, like, protection, mana, Necro. Wait, can I even cast Vexing Bauble? Force of Will is kind of my ace in the hole, isn't it? Yeah, maybe not. Not until I force something. Then it becomes okay. Another Gemstone Mine. Lightning Bolt. Cast Brainstorm. Okay, we hit. Put back Jace and land. In a complete emergency, I guess I can stifle a Necro Dominance trigger. I think trying to stifle the Storm trigger is a little not good. Okay, well they have 3 mana and they didn't cast the Necro. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll cast the Frog. Pedal. Still nothing. Do I want Jace? Yeah, I think that's a fine. Just have a blue card to pitch, you know? Seems fine. I think I'll probably just put that into Frog. Yeah, they're hitting a bit of a fail rate over there. I will surveil. I'll take another one of those too. 2 forces, 2 blue cards. Up the clock a little bit here. I'll make a land drop. Maybe I should cast Nimble Obstructionist, actually. The extra power is going to be pretty big, I think. Sink into Stupor. Yeah, we're pretty set up, and with a clock here. Volatile matchup, but I think it's one that's should be pretty good for us. I mean, traditionally we've been able to fight combo decks. That's kind of like the meta that Grixis Control thrives in, actually, because we don't go quite as big as the other green control decks, which means like Beanstalk now. Alright, we've been paired into my good friend Cimmerian, who is a very skilled pilot of ninjas. And I'm wondering if Ninjas has now adopted Psychic Frog. It's another good evasive beater. And it kind of has ninja energy. When it deals damage, it draws a card, which is like classic ninjas text. Hitting land is very good. We don't have a removal spell though, so we might get hit with some ninja value. We're gonna have to hope we can recoup. These are good cards. I hope I can afford to get that land drop. Yeah, maybe we just Lightning Bolt next turn. Well, that doesn't make sense. Well, we still can. We'll just shuffle away the Volcanic Island, which I don't really want to do. But I also want to beat Daze. Frizz Viz, activate. Black Mana online. Yeah, it looks like a ninja to me. It's Yuriko. get a land. It's pretty good. Yuriko is busted. Yeah, we can't afford to not bolt. We're gonna have to hope that Brainstorm comes up with another land drop. So do I get Basic Mountain? I think it's too risky. I mean, they're both risky for different reasons, you know? Okay, that worked. That's me, Mr. Grixis. Alright, no wasteland. Retrofit or Foundry? I have K Command, but it would be best if this card was not part of the game at all. Oh, they're attacking. Do they have another ninja? Oh, that's rough. It's another Yuriko. Ooh. Hit with that Dismember. It's quite a bit of extra damage. Alright. I might not have very much mana to work with, so I'm going to Brainstorm right now. Baleful Strix is pretty nice. I mean, it'll be a good exchange with Dismember. That's about it. Can shuffle away one of these Clings. And then what am I hoping to draw? Lightning Bolt? It'd be like Lightning Bolt or Cantrip. But then again, like, Cling to Dust is also around. So, what? I guess I just got another Badlands. Land drop's not the worst. But yeah, this Yuriko is gonna get a lot of card advantage. Ponder's good. And a shuffle. Bowmasters. Well, that's worse than Dismember, I must say. Murktide Regent. Ouch. Probably going to be pretty hard to win from here. More Bowmasters. Okay. Well, we do what we can. That Dismember might skew things. It might have been correct to gain 3 life in turn there. Attacking with Ornithopter. Does that mean they have another ninja? Force of Will. I think they've more or less got us here. Just gotta have to hope this Ornithopter attack was a bluff. They have 2 unknowns. Oh, they have another force. Okay. Yeah, the tempo game was very strong. We had a lightning bolt, though. It's hard to know where the stumble really happened. Let's see here. Red Blast is good. Vexing Bobble's pretty interesting too. Stops Ornithopter. I'll try it. Never tried it before. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of Force against these kind of decks. Fatal Push is great. I'll take a Thoughtseize. Fluster. Maybe one Meltdown. Jace is really difficult to protect here. What else is not great? Trim Nimble, not the right matchup. Kling is really good at grinding. Maybe cut another Planeswalker. I don't really need Vexing Bobble. Yeah, this is not the right matchup for that either. Or maybe I'd rather have that than Meltdown. We'll see. Free spells is kind of how they can leverage their ninja cards, since they're not always going to have tons of mana. Actually, not wild about Flusterstorm. Go like that. I think this deck plays multiple Retrofitter Foundries, so it really doesn't feel that bad to have a Meltdown in the mix. Alright, we'll take the play. His hand is good. Very good hand. Alright, we'll just set up some land drops, ideally, with Ponder. Yep. And then we'll see if Meltdown is something we really want or not. Well, I imagine it is. Changeling Outcast. It's a little weak against Orcish Bowmasters, but we don't have one of those on the horizon yet. Alright. We're going to be ready to fight that ninja. And we can beat a Daze. I feel a lot better if I had a, what's it called out? Vexing Bobble. Then I'd know nothing could go wrong. They're going to Force of Will. And they get a land drop too. We'll definitely just bolt again. Brainstorm. Yeah, I'll start there. Get that in before they can Bowmasters or something like that. Shieldred's Edict, another good one. Yeah, we'll see if we need Meltdown. Seeming a little less like we want it. And ordinarily I would Edict here, because Changeling Outcast makes Edict kind of bad. But playing into Daze would be kind of a disaster. There's that. Holding up double blue. Is that Counterspell? It's not Shadowed out. Cling. I'll put that in the yard. If we need to use it, we'll have 4 mana. The grind is online. Vexing Bobble. I like it. Should make things a little safer. Okay, there's Ingenious Infiltrator. Now the problem with casting Edict is that they could cast a Bowmasters in response. So I'm going to try and bolt. They could hardcast Daze here. Oh, they have Blue Blast. Okay. Yep, that's pretty bad. So I wonder if Edict would have worked. Kind of sad if so. Should I cast Narset? I think so. And then we attack. This can't attack or block. Or can't block and can't be blocked, so let's do this right now. And yeah, I think I activate. Okay. I think I'll take Kolaghan's command here. Since that meltdown is long gone. If they do pivot onto like Retrofit or Foundry, that would be pretty nice. If they have another Infiltrator, Narset will survive. If they have Yuriko, that does not really interact with Narset, so could be rough. Okay, they're attacking Narset. No ninjutsu. And then a pass. Okay. Pyroblast. It's pretty good. Here. Very wary of Bowmasters. But I think if they had Bowmasters, they would have already pinged Narset. So I can't activate it and get a card. But maybe I just do that anyways. Another Blue Blast. I'll have to think about that for game 3, I think. I don't think it's worth fighting over. Let's activate Narset. Another Edict. Okay, I kind of doubt they would have let that damage through. Brainstorm. Sure. Really holding out for Bowmasters. This Changeling Outcast has been a complete terror. Riz Viz. The attack. The ninjutsu. I hope you don't have another Blue Blast. That would be a lot of Blue Blasts. They do have hardcast Days, though. That's rough. Okay. What will they flip? And they can still hardcast that dang Changeling Outcast. Force of Will. Ouch. I mean, it's pretty unwieldy with that Vexing Bauble, but yeah, ouch. That is rough. I think I can Edict both of these off the board, and then have to hope to win at Top Deck War. K-Command is nice. Okay. Vexing Bauble doing some work here. I know they have Force of Will, and they have two others. If they Bowmaster, it'd be kind of nice to pick up K-Command, or pick up a Snapcaster Mage again. Sure. I mean, that does make sense. Like, it can be really hard to trade off Force of Will when you can't pitch cast it, so just taking every opportunity you can does make sense. It might not even be the only one they have in hand. It might be time to cash in this Vexing Bauble too. Yuriko. Winter Moon. That's really cool. So I could get the last card out of their hand and destroy the Winter Moon. But I kind of want to deal 2 damage to them too. Well, that doesn't make too much sense though. Yeah, I think it's time to crack the Vexing Bauble. Bowmasters. Okay. Not a bad draw. Double spell. Take that block. Alright, now we'll see if this works. No. Okay. Can I count on Cling to Dust being able to grind this out? I mean, if their last card is Daze, it's kind of a disaster. So I could just do that. Destroy target artifact and deal 2 to Yuriko. Or I could regrow Snapcaster Mage, deal 2 to Yuriko. Then I get to untap 1 land. Pivotal decision here. I don't mind the Winter Moon that much, because I don't really have that many cards to cash out. Man, that was too scary. Underground Sea. Ooh, Fatal Push, nice. That lines up against pretty much their whole deck. Ingenious Infiltrator's a little hard to hit, but I think we'll figure it out. Tamiyo. Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to deal with both of these, right? And given that I could top deck Bowmasters, I'm going to Fatal Push Tamiyo. Brainstorm. Sure. Change my mind. Wait, have I? I don't think I have changed my mind, actually. But I will sit back. I think I can afford to take 1. If they draw a Ninja, then I'll be forced to take action, of course. Brainstorm. That could become a Ninja. Retrofitter Foundry. It's pretty good. Nice, we hit Meltdown. That's so good. Do I just continue to ignore Winter Moon? Or do I Meltdown for 3? X equals 3. It doesn't deal with the Changeling Outcast. Can I afford to have one turn of retrofitting, deal with the Changeling Outcast, and then Meltdown? Might hurt a bit. But yeah, if they put like a ninja on top, well, that'd be bad, obviously. And are they really going to turn this into a 4/4? That doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, my gut is telling me to be patient. 6 is not incredibly precarious. It's close, but it's not awful. And if they flip that Changeling Outcast into a construct in response to a removal spell, like Meltdown will still deal with it. Okay, they're choosing to do that, so I'm a little punished. Ponder. Yeah, I think I should just snap Pyroblast that. Things are tenuous enough that this could really make a difference. And I guess I go to 2. It's ridiculous. A little soft to Bowmasters, but then again, I don't think they would have stacked things the way they did if they had access to a Bowmasters. Just need to count on one of those cards being kind of underwhelming. Okay, I had a feeling. Rough. Okay. Feeling pretty good right now. We got them down to 3. I would have felt a lot better if it was a lightning bolt. But yeah, they can't brainstorm out of this. Not very easily anyways. Okay, I think we got him. We'll ping and then overrun them. Can't believe that was only game 2. Kind of like the complete opposite of the last match. Okay, yeah, I thought Vexing Bobble was pretty darn good there. Just because they leverage a lot of their ninja gained card advantage by utilizing Force of Will and Daze. And also they had quite a few red or blue blasts, so I'm a little less high on Kolaghan's command, even though it's a pretty important card in the matchup. Like, what am I going to do instead, though? Thoughtseize was kind of poor. They also have Tameo. So yeah, having 7 1 red destroy your creature effects is pretty nice. Do I just take another Vexing Bauble? It was pretty good. Narset's also good, but difficult to defend when they have stuff like Changeling Outcast. I don't know about Vexing Bubble. It doesn't affect the board. Maybe it was good like proactively on the play. On the draw, maybe not as desirable of an effect. We just want Force of Will to make sure we don't fall too far behind. And we do have to watch out for Blue Blast. Well, now I'm having second thoughts since we didn't jump right back into the match. Oh, man. What am I supposed to do? I was concentrating so hard. Okay. God, trying to figure this out. I mean, I don't want to pitch Psychic Frog to Force of Will, but we'll see. Also, they might not be on Wasteland right now. So Fatal Push is a good draw here. I don't mind land that much. Yeah. I'll play that out. Got Red Blast for a ninja. If they have Daze for a ninja, they only have one island, so I'll probably be able to Edict it on my turn. But yeah, obviously this is tough. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Maybe it's Bowmasters. Another land. Not crazy about that. Gotta think about that Winter Moon, too. So much going on right now. No end to turn Bowmasters. What's this? Tamiyo. Sure. Brainstorm. How bad is it if they have Tamiyo? It's not great. I have Cling to Dust. And I'm pretty sure I can stop them from getting to their ultimate. I honestly prefer them to have the Planeswalker than to have the creature that generates clues. This might be crazy, but I think this is right. Retrofitter Foundry. Can I hope to beat this with Psychic Frog? Not really. Those damn Thopters. Force of Will. Woof. That's not good. Four cards over there. Ponder's good. And they shuffle. Another Ponder is good as well. No shuffle. Oh, they're going up with Tamiyo. I might have to deal with it. Yep, probably have to deal with it. Sorry to say. Oh god. I need my own brainstorm now. This is unacceptable. This flood is unacceptable. Ponder. It's better than... I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to, like, put that in my graveyard and then just hit another land. Okay. This is all good stuff. And I think they're just going to go upstairs with Tamiyo again. So I should Thoughtseize right now. Interesting. Blue Blast. So I should cast my red spell right now. Or I guess I don't have to. What if I took Infiltrator and then cast Red Blast on Tamiyo? Would they force? And then I could Edict. Then I'll have a Bolt next turn, which would also run into Blue Blast. I really don't want to take Force of Will, but it might be what I need to do. This is a really sticky situation here. Maybe I take Blue Blast, actually. Then whatever they do, I can react to that. Okay. Is it at all acceptable to let them draw a card here, I wonder? I don't think so. Well, I think it might have to be, though. Because I need to destroy Tamiyo. They can force. And Bolt lines up against Infiltrator, but nothing else. Man, this is the weirdest game I've ever played, and I'm probably maybe not even playing very well. That's very possible. Yep. All right. Oh, okay. Well, that was weird. I thought they were definitely going to force. Well, there's a waterlogged teachings on top of my deck. Which I think I probably want. Okay, here comes Murktide Regent. And if they can force and protect from this red blast, then I'll have to waterlog teachings for another red blast. Yes. And I suppose I should definitely beat Daze as well. It's just got to be Pyroblast, right? Yeah, nothing else will do. There's Brazen Borrower. No, 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 no. All right. Hopefully Cling to Dust can grind this out. Before they deal more damage. Rough draw. Okay. Since they have Murktides, I'll hit Force of Will. Bolt. Send it. All right. Psychic Frog would be a cool draw. Yuriko. Ugh. Scary. I need help. Shit. That's so bad. K command. Does not quite do it. They could flip a Murktide and win on the spot. It's another Yuriko. Winter Moon. Sure. I guess I should destroy that, right? Oh, there's still so many lands in my deck. Alright, hopefully I can draw something here. Shieldred's Edict down. So they're holding onto the backup Yuriko. That makes sense. Psychic Frog. Okay. I mean, they'll bounce off each other. That was definitely a good draw. Definitely happy they ditched the Edict. Ponder. Let's go. Nice. I mean, there'll still be another Yuriko to fight through, but to start. Discard a card too. Man, the clock's got really low. Yep. Oh no, I'm frogging. I have to frog so fast right now. Narset. Cast it. Edict. Cast it. Okay. Cantrips are off. Ornithopter. Take Fire Blast. Swing out. Frog block. Strix. Brazen Bar. Okay, I'm feeling pretty rolled up. Just gotta make sure I don't time out. Okay, jeez. These games always get so crazy with Sumerian. Well, that was quite the duality of matches there. I'll be back for the next one. All right, welcome back for the next match. It looks like we're up against Necrodominance again, thanks to Serum Powder. I'm gonna mulligan. No force means we're dead, right? So mulligan. Mulligan. There we go. I think I just keep double force, right? Alright, hopefully they packed a negation here. They don't. Well, shoot. Well, now we want to draw lands, right? Weird game, huh? Nice. Alright, now we can surveil. We're pretty favored here. Yep. Doesn't cast Frog, but do this now so they can't pact. Now we can cast Frog, but kind of need a backup blue card. Like that one. I do think casting Frog is better than Tamiyo here. Dealing damage is important. And drawing more cards. It's all good stuff. Now I almost doubt that they'll have they'll be able to Necrodominance enough resources to go off with through Bowmasters. So it's funny how that Mold of 4 was by far our best hand, because it had 2 Force of Wills in it. But I guess we only needed 1. Very interesting. Starting to think Surgical is maybe a little better than I gave it credit for. Would have been pretty good in that game if we just survived that first wave and then extract Necrodominance. But one thing's for sure, we can get rid of Edict, Kolaghan's Command, maybe Lightning Bolt. I don't know though. Maybe Cling to Dust. Yeah, that one is not impactful. Or wait, no, I wanted every blue card, duh. Maybe we don't need Hydroblast, but just about every blue card. Trim 1 land. Even though having many was clearly good that time. It's nice that we'll get a game on the play too, even if we lose the next one. Alright, I'll trim 1 Lightning Bolt. I think after they've drawn all the cards, it's going to be hard to cheese them out like that. So I can't remember if the Tony Scaponi one I watched also had a Serum Powder angle. Alright, they're down to 5. This hand is really risky, but also mulling to force on the draw. I don't know. Yeah, they're just going to pass. So we'll send in Vexing Bauble here. Unless we draw a black source. We don't. Hopefully this makes it hard for them to generate mana. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't good. Ah, I feel so dumb. Maybe they'll fizzle. But probably not. Hold on. What if I extracted Dark Ritual? Oh, that won't work. I have a Vexing Bauble out. That was dumb. And this is what I meant in match 1, where Vexing Bauble doesn't really stop them from doing their thing all that much. This pause is strange. Yeah, I think they just fizzled. Alright. Getting a little zonked. Welcome back for the next round. It turns out I was zonked, so I just went to sleep. Opponent taking a mulligan. I think I'm good to keep this hand with 3 lands, a Force of Will, and should I need it, Graveyard Hate. And Cling to Dust just has a really low floor. We can cycle it for just 1 black if we need to. We're getting hit by Thoughtseize. Now, off of Bayou, and the fact that they're taking Force makes me feel like this might be a combo deck. If they have to go through the graveyard, we do have additional protection, but yeah, we could be in some trouble here. Kolaghan's Command. It's dependent on the combo deck, but Kolaghan's Command can be very effective against some of them. Any combo deck running Thoughtseize is probably not going to kill us immediately. Or is this Saga? Okay. Wonder if they have Orcish Bowmasters. If they do, I'd rather them be tempted to fire it when there's tension between them making a construct or not. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I'll get my value. I'm not casting Cake Man this turn anyways. Lightning Bolt. Sheoldred's Edict. Might not be too effective here, but we'll see. It just costs a lot of mana, you know. They got the land. They got a Mox Opal. I'm sensing this is like a Wheels deck. Now, why would I take a 1 that I didn't want to? Now, I would have liked to fetch Volcanic Island there, but it's in my hand, so we're going to be a little choked on blue here. Yeah, how fair is this deck really, though? Like, I don't know. Things are strange. They knew about that, right? Yeah. Probably just want to blow up both of these constructs. Oh shit, I didn't put blue mana in that. It's bad luck. See if they get LED here. I wouldn't mind a spin. They do. I've got 3 lands out. Time for something new. Nice. Another Saga. There's no way that these constructs are going to be bigger than Psychic Frog. No way. But it's also important to kind of see what develops with these Bowmasters. Lightning Bolt. No. Let's make a land drop. And if I can land Tameo, or Narset, Freudian Slip, and, I mean, they're already pretty disincentivized to wheel when I have Bowmasters around. As long as we make land drops, we'll be able to keep it all under control. But if they make a run for the combo, backed up with some discard, that wouldn't be good. I will take 1. Underground Mortuary. I don't remember this deck being so green. I think it would have, and they've been Besiege the Mirror? That's just strange. I think they would have, what's it called, right? Yeah, Vault of Whispers and stuff instead of all these green sources. Maybe they really want to make sure they can cast, Guy as well if it ends up in their hand. Worth noting, they don't have Metalcraft either. I think they have a Bowmasters in their hand, and they're weighing whether they should save their army token or make a construct. Either way, I think it's good for us. What if I just forced that, though? That'd be pretty funny. Mainboard Veil Summer. Well, that was terrible. So they got another Lionside Diamond. And something else that's kind of cool. If they do wheel, I can just invest all these cards into Psychic Frog. And have a pretty large creature. And I just want to jump in here and say something. Not only can you discard cards to your Psychic Frog to make it bigger, but you can also use its Exile from the Graveyard ability to kind of influence the cards you might wheel into. Say if you have some completely dead cards for the matchup stuck in your hand, you can just send them away forever. Okay, that's all. This looks like Besiege the Mirror. Can they just win from here? They're casting Entomb. Oh, it was a misclick. Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. I'll say, oh, shoot. We'll definitely Edict this Bowmasters before additionally chucking our hand into the Psychic Frog. And then I guess we'll just have to hope that whatever is given to us. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd probably rather have a Gaia's Will in that scenario. Four, five, and counting. Okay. Usually when I get wheeled, I just want to make sure I have like a Force of Will. And we do. Is it time for another spin? Got multiple diamonds. If they have multiple echoes, like, yeah, that would be quite rough. But no, it seems like we're safe. As safe as we can be. I mean, that frickin' mainboard Veil of Summer. Ponder. I'm gonna start by bouncing that army token. Just so I can get a big Kraken and also draw a card. No Veil of Summer. Snap. Yep, I'm gonna leave up K command. The greatest card. No end of turn Bowmasters. Another Saga. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a run to the finish here, I think. Those constructs are gonna be large. It's not a bad one either. Do you think they have Lava Spur boots? What if I dealt 2 damage to them? I don't think this doesn't change anything. It's still 2-turn clock. Thanks to the scalability of Psychic Frog. So I'll have them discard. Put blue in it this time. God, how dare you? Okay. So, is Vexing Bauble good? I don't know. Meltdown is good. Opposition Agent is good. Thoughtseize is good despite them having mainboard Veil of Summer. Flusterstorm is good. Surgical Extraction is okay. Shieldred's Edict is rather poor, even though it saved us that game. Jace is a little too slow for the matchup. Then Cling to Dust doesn't really do its thing too much either. Players aren't really going to give you priority to target Echo of Aeons, But I mean, they also have Gaia's Will lines, and this gets around Veil's Summer, so I don't know. Something about Frog seems too slow, but it's a good card. Maybe we can go down on Strix for the dedicated Bowmaster deck. Yeah, we have Bowmasters to beat their Bowmasters, so maybe we don't really need Lightning Bolt as much. And then I really like K-Command, but it is 3 mana. We can just get a little lower to the ground here. And maybe 2 Thoughtseize on the draw is fine. This hand is good. I like it. Opponent taking a mulligan really doesn't mean that much when they can just, like, change their hand whenever they want with their Time Twister. Okay, but they're going like that. As long as they don't play a Lotus Petal, we should be able to Thoughtseize without worrying about Veil Summer. Putting a card on top. That really could mean anything. I think we can probably figure out what it is after we Thoughtseize. Strix, not bad. Probably my new pitch to force. Okay. 3 Urza's Sagas. And they have Dark Ritual, so they can probably pay it out. I guess I'll take Vexing Bauble. I don't know. It's an artifact. Makes constructs bigger. It'll make it difficult to pick off the first construct with the Bowmasters. Nice. Okay, this draw is turning out pretty good against what they got going on here. And I've changed my mind. I think I do want to cast Strix. As long as we stop them from backdoor comboing, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, that ritual will probably help them cash out all these sagas. If they even play another one. No, they opt to play Marsh Flats and Petal. So we know their hand right now. And unfortunately we can't hit the construct with a Bowmasters, so we're gonna have to think of a new way to do this. Am I gonna have to K-Command this turn? I don't think so. I think we can use this turn to Sculpt. And Sculpt we shall. Sink is an answer to a construct. It's pretty good. I want to bolt that construct, I think. I mean, it would be much nicer to find just like a very profitable answer to all these artifacts, like Meltdown. So maybe I should just play to that, because I don't think I'm in danger of dying. I think I'll have ways to scrape together my shit. So, yeah, let's go like that. Then we'll just be firing bombs for the next few turns. Like, I think they will be interested in attrition. I think they will start firing constructs into my Strix. Especially if they got Lava Spur boots. Nothing else really makes sense. They drew Diamond for turn. Ass is fat. Hmm. I think I ought to draw that land. I should probably raise dead Strix and shatter a construct. Does that mean I also get to ponder? I guess so. I'm gonna shuffle. Get Lightning Bolt. So I guess Lightning Bolt plus Bowmasters can pick off this construct. Is that worth doing? Doesn't seem very efficient. They spend their main phase like making a construct and equipping boots to it. I do also have a block for that. Yeah, that's fine. All the while, if I don't have to use Force of Will, that would be nice. And there's number 3. Pretty easy block here. That ward 1 is such a pain. There's Meltdown. Pretty damn good. But I guess they should probably invest a little bit more into everything they got going on there before I cast that. And though they can make 2 constructs next turn, they can only have 1 boots. Okay, they're hanging on to that Dark Ritual. Grabbing a Mox Opal. Okay, there it is. I think they're going to go for maximum efficiency here and like make a construct and also move the boots, which is going to be really great for us and our Meltdown. This damage is completely equivalent. No, I think they should go to combat actually, because, yeah. I think I'll just block with my Orcish Bowmasters. There will be 1 construct left to deal with after all of this. I'm not going to 4 against the deck with random tendrils. Well, gotta force that. Unfortunate. Fortunate. Cast Narset. Activate. Grab Cling to Dust? Yeah. Start the grind out of this. They can wheel now, or not really, because I have Narset. We'll see what happens. Happy to see them make a construct. Got that covered with Sink into Stupor. Alright, we got there. Not sure how much we really deserved that, since a misclick gave them an Entomb instead of probably Gaia's Will in game 1, but I thought game 2 was a really great example of, like, people often talk about how Urza Saga is so much value for Grixis Control to keep up with, and we just beat 3 sagas. It was post-side, of course, but I think even without the Meltdown, we could have strung something together here alongside, like, Baleful Strix, and we still had that Sink into Stupor. Yeah. Good stuff. 1 more match to go. Welcome to the final round, everyone. Winning the die roll. I think this hand is pretty good. I will play out a Scalding Tarn. Got a polluted Delta over there. Basic Island and Tameo. I guess I'll play around Days, right? Brainstorm. I prefer if they didn't get an attack trigger there. A normal Delver interaction right there. Bullet your threat. Ponder. Resolves. Oh, blue-black, huh? Blue-black Tamiyo. Reanimate Tamiyo. I suppose that's fine. There are much worse things that could be reanimated. Nimble Obstructionist. Blocks Tamiyo pretty well. I think I'd rather Brainstorm. I feel like they might have a Daze over there. And it looks like they're going to get an attack trigger. We also don't have another land drop set up. Edict should be okay against Tamiyo. On either side. I could put back the expensive cards. I'm going to Ponder now too. Alright. If I can Frog and also protect it with Force of Will. They do have a Wasteland. It's all good. We're drawing a land. Brainstorm. Sure. It's time to start our own engines. I'll let that resolve. What's the play here? Petty theft, huh? Force of Will. Nice. Now, how badly would they have fought over that? Position's okay. It's not incredible or anything. Ah, you have Psychic Frog. And many more cards in hand, too. But what if my Brazen Borrower play works that didn't work for you last turn? A Lightning Bolt as well. It's not a blue source. But if I can bolt and beat a Daze, that would be kind of cool. I don't know. It also might just be cool to squat up with cards in hand, though. Because I have a feeling they'll just recast the Frog. They appear to be Brainstorm locked as well. Ponder. I think I'm good shuffling that. Yikes. Okay. Well. We're doing it. Plain chicken. Is this where it ends, I guess, and I bolt it? Or do they discard their last card? Well, as long as their last card isn't a complete banger. Bowmasters. I think we'll be okay. And reanimate. Yeah, I think we're racing this pretty handily. Especially if we draw Lightning Bolt. We don't. So let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 after the draw trigger. And if I draw a Lightning Bolt or Snapcaster Mage, that's just cooking. Or I could draw K Command. Force of Will. Well, the shields be down. But I'm at 15. I'm feeling okay. Cool. Good start. Death Shadow. I think we got this. Especially with a backup blue card for Force. Those frog mirrors are wild. Okay, Red Blast is not bad. Fatal Push, very good. I think Vexing Bobble will skew more on our advantage. And Thoughtseize is pretty good against these decks too. Don't think we'll leverage Jace very well here. And also Narset's gonna be tough. They've got Bowmasters, Frog, Troll of Khazad-dûm. It's just complete chaos over there. I'm on the draw actually. I want another Force. I've decided Flusterstorm is too narrow. And Vexing Bobble doesn't affect the board enough. It could be pretty good on the play though, because it really messes with grief and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the plan will just be like, stop what they're doing, and then win with what we're doing. It's a little soft to Wasteland, but I'm not going to deny myself a 7 when they're mulliganing. And it's still to go. I mean, if they're really on this whole Death Shadow thing, we could kind of steal out of nowhere, right? Put on top. No Swamp Cycle. They like their card too. Delta go. Okay. It might be too many bolts, but it also might not be. It really depends on how the game shakes out for them. This I wholly welcome. Especially when we hit our own Bowmasters. 4th Lightning Bolt. So if they cast a reanimate on Troll of Khazad-dûm, we could just like bolt them out. It's too corny. Even though Death Shadow does want them to reduce their life total, I think we still need to play well. Unfortunately. Psychic Frog. Baleful Strix is pretty good against that card. And what, they have 4 cards in hand? They can't beat 2 bolts, but that's also like, I don't know, a little bit of a pipe dream. Could see if the bolt on the Bowmasters works, and then there's no guarantee I'll have another blue card though after that. Alright, they're officially unmulliganed. Not bad. More Bowmasters would be a little rough, but we're like turning off cantrips and stuff like that. Be feeling pretty good. No days, apparently. Hmm. I really don't want a double bolt. Trade is fine. Alright, hoping to hit like Red Blast, my own Frog. A lot of good draws here. Snapcaster Mage. Could also be pretty good. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Pushing my Bowmasters. They must have a cantrip. Force the Dismember. Okay, roadblock established. Nice. Swamp Cycling, okay. I really hope they reanimate that. Shieldred's Edict. Okay. Now they only have one card though, so Bolt will deal with that. One more land will give us Cling to Dust action too. If their last card is Daze, it's kind of whatever. I think this is the weird spot where I just hit some Bowmasters here and start the clock. No bad draws, as they say. It's a good one. We've kind of ground them out on cards. Have they not cantripped yet? They have not. So yeah, they also have some top decks that would be pretty punishing. Sometimes you gotta. No shuffle though. Another one. That is quite worrying. The good news is they can't really afford to attack. I don't blame my opponent for not blocking. Well, we finally did it. Kind of a funny trophy, but I'm incredibly relieved that I finally got this list published because I've been absolutely crushing with it, and it was just kind of sad to not have it on the boards. So I feel good. I feel good. And I'm happy I got to share this moment with y'all, even though it took like Necro Dominance just completely shitting its own pants and a misclick. I feel like I really locked in for that game. The Ninjas match was epic. And then, yeah, I think mulling to 2 forces against Necro that one time, I think it went okay. Whew. Wow. I'm so relieved. All right, y'all. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more fun stuff in the future.